Welcome, everyone. Good morning. Welcome to my life. It's a beautiful day out here today. This is the day that the Most High has made. Let us rejoice and be glad in this day. Today is partly cloudy. Um, the rain did drizzle a little bit last night. Birds are out. Not sure what else we're gonna be seeing today, but I try to catch as much as I can on this live stream today. So thank you guys. Thank you for coming back to my live, and thank you all for the support that you guys have given me. I appreciate you guys, and I don't take you guys' time for granted. So thank you. Right here, first thing first, chipmunks. A chipmunk. Is that a bird? I think that's a chipmunk right there on the tree right there. See if I can zoom in some more. Maybe with the overcast weather today too, might see some more animals coming out. Welcome everyone. Welcome to the live. Welcome. Double tap as you come in. Double tap. A chipmunk just walked by, guys. I'm gonna come back to the chat room shortly. But a chipmunk just walked by. He went up on the trees here. I don't know. I think there's a hole right. Oh, I think there's a hole right here. Oh, okay. I think I think that's their haven right there. Okay. Yeah, I just saw him on this side, but I think he came out there, went up on the hillside. He's up there in the tree somewhere. So okay. All right. Everybody needs somewhere to live, right? Everybody need to survive. This thing called life, right? So yeah, he's okay. He's welcome to stay there as long as he pays property tax. I'm kidding, guys. I know it's early in the morning. I shouldn't be joking like that. But no, they're welcome to stay there. We're gonna share, right? We're gonna be neighborly. We gotta be neighborly. So I appreciate you guys stopping by. I know it's midweek for a lot of people, but just decided to come on today. I don't take you guys' time for granted. I appreciate you guys stopping in and you know sending your support my way. I don't take it for granted. So let's give some shout out first thing first in the morning here to all my beautiful subscribers. We got Ethan in the house. Thank you, Ethan. Ethan, say hi. Thank you. If you're new to my channel, Ethan, go ahead and hit that subscribe button. We got multitask. Multitask, say hi. Hey, multitask. Welcome. We got Corvus in the house. Corvus, say hello. Did you buy any SpaceX shares? Welcome to the live. And then we got Ethan in the house saying, "How old are you?" I'm old enough, Ethan. I'm old enough. Welcome to my life. Welcome. Um, if this is you guys' first time to my channel, consider subscribe. Hit the subscribe button. Double tap on the screen as you come in. Still new to this platform, still learning the ins and outs of this community. So bear with me here. Still learning, guys. Still learning as we go. All right. But thank you guys for stopping by. Thank you for coming into my life in this community. We're learning and growing together. We're supporting each other. If you're a content creator, we try our best to be there for each other in whatever way we can. All right. So thank you guys. Thank you for stopping by. Welcome, welcome, HR, welcome, welcome, welcome. Follow the Prophet Muhammad. Okay, okay, all right, all right. Okay, HR. All right. Double tap the screen as you come in, guys. Double tap the screen. If you guys are content creator and you have not connect with others in the community, please go ahead and connect and give that individual a chance to connect back with you. Okay, let's try to keep it civil in this community, guys, and let's try to respect each other in the community as you come in as well. Let's try to keep it clean. Okay. Welcome to the live, guys. Welcome, welcome. In this live, we keep it open. We love everyone. We here for everyone. We're here to support other content creator. We're also here to, keep it open. And, we're not here to, you know, we're just here to keep it clean, guys. So let's keep it clean. Let's, each individual have their own take and certain things. So let's keep it professional and just respect the room and let's keep it clean. All right. All right, guys. So again, another day that the Most High has made. Let us rejoice and be glad in this day, guys. You know, um, there's a lot going on in the world today, guys. You know, and like I always say to individuals, if you open your eye today, you can hear the sound of my voice. You can see. You can um, smell. You can taste. You can touch. You know, there's a lot to be thankful for. Don't um, take it for granted because there's a lot others out there, who are, in a dark room, probably getting ready for a procedure and do not know, you know, what's going to happen after the procedure is over, because this procedure is, it's a serious procedure, you know, and they're worried, they're concerned, you know, but you're here, you woke up this morning and you can move around, you know you got life. Be thankful, man. Be thankful and be grateful because again, you know not a lot of people out there, you know um can do the things that you're doing, and you need to basically, be thankful for that, because at the end of the day, without life, man, without life, you're nothing. So if you got life, man, you got half the journey already taken care of. So give thanks for life, and give thanks for the creator of life. So keep your head up, keep positive, don't be distracted. Make sure that when you're going through life, man, make sure um make sure you know who you're walking with, man, and just know that the creator, you know, he's the creator, and let's give thanks for that. All right, welcome, welcome. We got OJ1G say hi, hello, hello, welcome, welcome to my live. Welcome to my live. Double tap the screen as you come in, man. Just here today, outside, listening to the sun and nature. It's overcast today out here. Still a beautiful day, man. You know, Earlier chipmunk walked by, so I decided to go live. I don't know what activity we're gonna have back here today, but I'll try to, keep you guys um, as close to the action as possible. Because most of the time, what happened is I'm back here, reading or doing other things, and I'm distracted, and some of those videos I post. So I figure, hey, what's best place to do some live than be back here, bring you guys close to the action. If anything, happen, I'll try to, bring it to you guys. So yes, yes, welcome to my life. Welcome to my life. And thank you guys for stopping by. Thank you guys. Double tap the screen as you come in. You know, Appreciate you guys stopping by. Welcome everyone. Welcome, welcome. We're here enjoying the sun and nature. Double tap the like as you come in, guys. Double tap as you come in. Welcome, welcome to my live, guys. Welcome, welcome. Got birds flying by. Got the hustle and the bustle of the morning. And one thing I found out, guys, to all my returning subscribers, um, the other morning when I was out here, I found out that it's not just one deer rabbit that comes back here. It's three of them. I think I caught it on camera. I think I posted um, one of my shorts. Yep, three of them were back. Excuse me, were back here hanging out, and then I caught them on camera. Thought they would have been out this morning. I cut the grass yesterday, so I thought they would have shown up today, but I haven't seen any of them. All right, American Maker. Good morning. Good morning, Sawyer. Good morning. We're welcome. Welcome to my live. Welcome. Appreciate you stopping by. Double tap, double tap as you come in. Double tap. Um, Appreciate you stopping by. How you doing today? And again, guys, if you're a content creator and you come into this room, take a look around at all the people that are in this room. I'm being distracted, guys. That's what I'm talking. So I'm looking up there. I thought I saw movement. Um, Trying to see what's up there in the bushes. But yeah, just double tap as you come in, guys. And if you're a content creator, just take a look around, and connect, connect, connect. You guys know the tinga, right? You know the tinga. You know what that saying is, right? You know how it goes, right? And if you don't know it goes, then you know it goes, right? All right, guys. So, welcome, welcome, welcome. And we got here. So we got welcome, 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 welcome. Thank you, thank you, thank you for the like. Thank you. And American Maker says, you're welcome. American Maker says, I just woke a few minutes ago. Okay. All right. You got to get your rest, man. Funny story. I was on a live last night. I came in from work. I was tired, but I try to support my subscribers, like fellow content creators. And at some point of me being on that live and watching that live, I dozed off. I dozed off. So I got up and I told the content creator, and I got up and went to sleep right away, man. Because when your body telling you need to rest, you gotta rest, and get your rest. Your rest is important, you know. So at Mary can make her having coffee. Good for you. Good for you. All right, wake up, wake up. All right, enjoy your coffee. All right, so American Maker said, I've done that before myself. Oh yeah, you try to support, but when your body tell you you gotta go, you gotta go. You gotta go sleep. Get your rest. Your body need that time to repair. That's one of the things that I learned through my journey with my first sickness. I realized I wasn't getting enough rest, and maybe that contributed to my sickness. I don't know, but one of my recovery was to make sure I get at least 6 hours, 6 to 8 hours sleep, and just try to relax and rest your mind from everything that's going on. So I try to do that, daily. So yeah, rest is important, man. we go out there and we push ourselves so hard and not realizing that the thing we're pushing ourselves so hard for, can be our distraction at times. So we got to be careful and just pace ourselves. So that's one thing I've learned. And if I can encourage somebody today, just make sure you pace yourself and, make sure you get your priorities straight and understand the most important things in life, your family, your friends, and just make sure that, in that order, you do that. Because, a lot of things that, sometimes we go there for and we push ourselves for, we push ourselves to the limit and that thing is left behind when you're gone. So, make sure you understand that, the most important things in life, are your family and your friend, and you're there to support them and you're there for them and spend time with them. Because all the other things, is basically vanity, right? And it's not gonna be there for much longer if you don't, do what you're supposed to do. So yes, yes, yes. So at American Maker said I've done that before myself. Oh, that's going to taking a nap. Yes, when watching others. Yes, and then sometimes it happens. Yep, yeah. When you're tired, man. When you're tired, you're tired. You just gotta rest. Listen to your body. You know, and just rest. So, welcome everybody. Welcome to my live double tap as you come in. If you're a content creator, take a look around and make connections. And then you guys know the tingle. All right. So, American Maker said, yeah, we do push ourselves, but we should be taking care of ourselves as well as our family. Yes, I agree. I agree with that statement. Yes, yes. Sometimes we push. And again, this is just me talking in general, guys. So don't come for me. I never send for nobody. All right. But sometimes we push our family aside and put career and other things ahead, not realizing that that's recipe for disaster. That's recipe for disaster because your family, man. When things and times get rough or hard, who's gonna be there for you. When you need that support, when you need a shoulder, to lean on. Who's gonna be there for you. That career, that whatever it is that you're running down. When that is gone, who's gonna be there for you. That's the way I look at it. I mean, I don't know about you guys, but share your thoughts. You know, very important, guys. Your family. Don't push them aside. Well said. Well said. Well said. I'm gonna pin that comment. I like it. I like it. Thank you so much for that. And let's see. I love that comment, American Maker. I'll pin that right there. I love it. All right. Thank you. Thank you. And man, if you don't take care, another thing too, if you don't take care of your body, you don't take care of yourself, or you're gonna take care of others. So, yep. Yep. Are you guys catching these birds flying by? Yeah, we do also have we found out too that it's not one crow. It's not two, it's not three, it's four crows that flies around the community here too. It used to be one, and then it keep getting louder and louder, and then we're like, why is it so loud? And then we look, and they split. We got one crow when he comes, he goes and those limb up there. And I think the other one, and there's one that goes back somewhere in the bushes there. And then another one when he comes, he goes on the limb on this side over here. And I don't know about the fourth one, because that one is new. It's fairly new. Gotta study. I gotta see more of what it is that they all do. But yeah, I might go for a walk in the community this morning, guys. I might go for a walk in the community. It's overcast, 20% chance of rain. When that happens, you may get some rain, you may not. It's 20%, so we'll see. The sun is trying to come out, so we might go there and get some stretches. All right, I'm gonna go back to the chat. All right, so American Maker said I push myself often. I help others as much um, as I can. No family anymore. Oh wow. Oh, sorry to hear that. But I understand. Sometimes, you know, I get it. I get it. You do as much as you can, and at some point you have to make that decision. You know, to um, stop. As we call it. We don't fund foolishness with certain things, and certain things you just gotta just take a stance. I totally get it. I understand. I understand. You do the best you can. So yep. American Maker said parents um, are deceased and daughter was turned against me. I'm sorry to hear that. I'm sorry to hear that. Worst part is my health isn't doing good. Divided cervical spine, bad wrists, and knee, um, keeping me from getting a job. So I do stuff I can do at home, trying to make a living. Uh, Keep your head up, man. Keep your head up, American Maker. I get it. I understand. One of the things for me, I was out for more than a year, and it was tough. It was tough, and my wife, great lady, she was there for me, and she and my family, helped me through the process, because going through that process, it was tough. It was tough. My vision completely went. It was tough for me to get around, and she was there, with my family, supporting me and strengthening me when I needed them most. And going out of that sickness, they did an MRI and they found another sickness, and I had surgery scheduled. And when I had surgery scheduled, I found out that my mom passed in Jamaica. So that was tough. So I couldn't fly down right away. But after surgery too, I couldn't, with stitches and everything. I had to stay, here for a minute, for 10 days, I think it was. Make sure none of the stitches came loose, in the altitude. So it was tough. It was a tough time, and that's where, through that journey, and even when I got there and learning from people, some of the things that she was doing, which I knew some of the things she was doing, some of the things I didn't know. Like she would call me, sometime. I'm like, hey, you know, hey, send me some money for such and such and such. I'm like, I just send you money. What you need money for? You know? And she was like, just send me, I'm gonna ask you if we don't need it. But what I found out was there was a lot of people in the community, that she just have a loving and a giving heart that she was supporting. And I didn't know that until we were talking to several people, that sometimes, she would call them, to come by. She know what they were going through, and she would support them. And even, you know, certain things, government program people will come by trying to give her stuff, and she tell them she's okay, and she tell them where to go. That's the kind of person she was. So she passed on last year, and I decided to start this this journey on this platform. My hope is, her legacy to live on. Keep talking about her. Keep, sharing the things that she taught me, and just the goodness that she done. And hopefully, this channel, I can do, you know, at least half of what she done, because she was a giving, loving, caring person, and that's what I want this channel to be. So no disrespect to no one, but I want this to be an open channel where anyone is welcome, to share and feel comfortable. I don't want anyone to feel uncomfortable by, someone remark, someone comment, or anything like that. I just want people to know, hey, all is welcome if you're open, to positivity and open to love. So that's what I want everyone to take from this today. So just keep your head up, man. American maker, keep your head up and stay positive and um, like I said, you still got life, and still as long as you got life, that's half the journey. So keep your head up. So I do small um, scale CNC um, um, machining and laser engraving. Okay. Okay, I got you. I got you. Hey, you do what you gotta do. You do what you gotta do. I understand. Trust me, I understand. All right, so we got Mental. Welcome, 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 sir. Welcome. How are we doing today? How we doing? Welcome to my life. Then we got American Maker said, I'm always positive, always keep my head up. And yep, you got to keep your head up. You got to keep your head up. You know, hey raccoon. Oh, you call him raccoon? uh, I visit his live, I think twice, maybe three times. I don't know. He knows because every time I go in, he always acknowledge me. But yeah, raccoon. Okay, I gotta remember these things as well. Like, guys, forgive me if you come in here and you know you go by a name on your channel, and I'm going by your handle, because I feel like it's proper. But if you want me to, call you by your name and I don't remember, forgive me. Okay. I remember I'm using a magnifier to read another device here. And that's why I read the way I read, guys. So, all right. All right. So we got uh, American Maker said, good to see. Good to see you. All right. Then you got Raccoon knows my positive views and how I don't give up. Yep. Keep your head up. Keep pressing on. All right. He's the same way. Yeah, but I see he's very mellow. When he's when he's making those what do you call them? I mean, I've watched him and I've stayed here and just watch him just do his thing. It's one thing. Like I said, we try to support each other in whatever way we can. And everyone going to something, trying to get something out of it, and someone supports you. Give that support back. So I watch it. I like some of the things he made. I wish he was closer, but I know you probably have something that I probably haven't connect with yet. So we'll see. But I'm still learning this community and the way everything works. So yep. Alrighty. So yeah, I have two younger brothers that I promised my father they would help me with anything I needed when he was on his deathbed. Oh, that's not good. They lied to him and broke their promises. Again, man, one thing I've learned too, another thing I learned a lot, going on my journey is, mankind are evil, man. I'm going to say it. They're evil. They're gonna, this moment, the raccoon is coming, the chipmunk, I'm sorry, is coming down. Let me see if I can catch him. He's going into his hole right there. You guys see him? Look how fast he is. Yeah, I thought he was going into his hole. So he probably don't want me to know that that's his haven. So he basically run by his home, which is right there. So he's between the fence. He's running the yard right there. It's my neighbor. He's running. He's gonna come out there. There you go. He's fast, guys. He's fast. That's a chipmunk. I think there's a couple of them I know because one of them run by me one morning. They were fighting. But as I was saying, guys, mankind, man. I mean, go. It's in the book. It's in the book. The heart is wicked above all things, man. And they will make you promises. They will tell you, "I got your back. Don't worry about it. I got you." And in the same breath, man, in the same breath, you call and like, "What are you talking about?" So it's sad. It's sad, but it's the reality. And you do for yourself what you can do, and at the end of the day, like I said, today you're down, tomorrow, you know, you could be up, because as long as you have life, and your creator, and what he's done and what he has done and what he continued to do, he can turn the situation around, man. And that's the approach I take, that's the encouragement I give. Again, to each their own. Again, this is a open community where we try to keep it positive, not trying to push anything on anyone, but once you have life, man, you have hope, and mankind is gonna let you down. That's just the way it is. They tell you one thing, and then in the same breath they tell you, "Oh, I didn't say that. That's not what I meant." So it's kind of sad, but life goes on, right? All right. So we got American Maker said, "I'm not sure. I'm not sorry. Let me go back a little bit. I'll call you Maker. Okay. All right. All right. That's it. Perfect. Thank you. All right. Let me go back here. And again, guys, just if you're new to my channel, my vision completely went. It's coming back. I'm still not fully, so I'm using a magnifier to read, and that's why I don't read as fluent, but it's good enough. And I get the encouragement from my subscribers and friends, and people who knows and been following me since I started this journey last year. So you know bear with me. All right, I'm okay. Don't feel sorry for me, guys. It's been a tough, I would say, a tough 5 years, but we're getting through it, and we're getting stronger, and we're going through it. My wife went through a health situation. She got out of hers, and about less than a year or so, I went through mine, and keep going through it, getting better every day, getting better every day, and not gonna, not gonna be sad, um, you know, but um, gonna be encouraged that I'm still here and I'm still pushing through under the circumstance. Okay. Alrighty. All right. So, Sanjay, welcome, sir. Welcome to my live. Namneste, my brother. Namneste. Welcome. Always supporting, guys. Always supporting. How are you? I'm good. Like done. Thank you so much. Thank you. On here, guys, great supporter. If you're a content creator and you don't know Sanjay, get to know Sanjay, guys. Get to know Sanjay. He will help your channel. All right, he will help your channel. So take a look around, guys. Again, like I said, talking in code, the thing, all right. Just take a look around, do what you got to do, and you know, let it come back to you. So, yep. Then we got Maker said, "You sound um, so much like me." Thank you for that. Thank you. When you go through things, man, like you said, you've gone through some things, you're going through it. I'm going through it too. But I get up every day, man, and when I wake up, I give thanks for another day because it wasn't promised, right? And the fact that I wake up and I can, see, I can hear, I can smell, I can taste, I gotta give thanks. It could have been worse. It could have been worse. That morning when my brother, went to Jamaica, to go visit our mom. We know she was in the hospital, so that's one of the reasons why he went. And when he called and gave me the news, man, it's like I got knocked down like several times, you know, and it's tough, and it's tough, and it's still tough, it's still tough. I go around, I made several shirts, and I have her picture, and most of the days, I wear them. I got several that I wear, and there's not a day go by I don't still think about my mom, still going through my health situation, still not fully, you know, and I miss her more um, each and every day than even my health, believe it or not, man, and I never told her about what I was going through because my mom worried about everything. So I thought I was protecting her. And some days I'm like, did I miss out on some prior going up, from her? But then at the end of the day, I got to tell myself, I can't go there. What happened, happened. And, the most I knows best. And I just going to leave it in his hand, you know? Alrighty, guys. I know I'm probably a little bit behind, so bear with me, okay? All right, so we got here. So you sound so much like me. And Maker said, no worries. On the name, I get a few calling me Mexican, LOL. And I don't get offended, okay? Others call me Maker, okay? All right, I'll call you Maker. All right, so Maker said, I'm not Mexican though, so not sure why they call me Mexican. Yeah, I think they're missing the R for X. With my vision, there's certain letters and certain numbers that that interchange for me. So that's why I gotta be careful. Like I said, I read kind of slow sometimes, just to make sure I don't miss a word or mispronounce certain things. And but yeah, maybe they're missing the R for an X. Yeah. Asuma, welcome, my brother. You caught me on my live. Welcome. How you been? How you been, Asuma? Welcome, welcome, welcome to my live. Hi, how you doing? Welcome. Maker said, I don't push anything other than positive vibes and telling folks hating, stop hating on each other. That's right. That's right. Respect is most important thing. Yep. Respect, no hate, right? No HATE, right? Respect and love each other. Respect and love each other, guys. That's right, that's right, that's right. Respect is the most important thing until we learn to respect each other, stop judging others. Things won't, um, things won't, okay, that got cut off, okay. Things won't change, okay, all right, things won't change. All right, respect, man. And then with respect, for me, I go with loyalty. I like respect, but I put loyalty first because and this is for me, guys. This is not for everyone. This is for me because I feel like if someone is loyal to you, whether it be a family or a friend, I feel like that loyalty will just bring the respect. It just intertwine, but that person just, you know, knowing that, hey, I can redirect you if you're doing something wrong, but out of respect, you're gonna respect me as a family, as a friend, knowing that what you did was wrong, and I redirect you, and we can still respect each other and still continue to be family or friend. Does that make sense? I know it's a lot, but that's the way I see it. Because if you respect someone, right? If you're not loyal to that person, especially, if you're, both on the same career path, some people, because the loyalty is not there, they run over you, man. They run over you just to get ahead. And you guys know, if you guys are in the room and you work in corporate America, you understand how it is. A lot of people do run over each other because there's no loyalty. There's no loyalty there. It's just yeah, they respect you because they work with you, but there's no loyalty. So again, that's my take. That's the way I interpret it. So to each their own. You guys can share your comment. You can keep dialoguing here. And let me know what your take is on it. Okay. Um, so we got in here. We got Maker says, I think about um, my mom and dad all the time. It's how um, we keep them alive, even in passing. Yes, yes, yes. My dad, he passed back in 2013, and that hit hard as well. That hit hard as well, and to the last mom now, that's yeah, it's tough, but like you said, think about them every day. The things I do, a lot of the stuff I cook on my channel. My mom would sit. she's your she's your best critique, man. She's your best critic. She's like, "I want that. I want you." So in Jamaican, she's like, "I want that." Meaning, what is that? And I'm like, "What do you mean what that? I saw you put it when you were cooking." And then she'll make joke of like, me not use that. I never meaning she never used that before. But then when I finish cooking and she tastes, she's like, "Eat good, man, eat good, real good." Meaning it's well done. But no, we'll have fun, man. Especially when she come to visit. She came to visit several times, and one time we took her when we live in California. We went to one of those festivity where they had celebrities and stuff, and she had a great time. And you would think she was the celebrity in the place, man. A lot of them took pictures with her too. When they found out that she was from Jamaica as well, oh yeah, they were loving on her. Yeah, we walk around. She got a lot of pictures with a lot of the celebrities and just had a great time. And I tell her, just be yourself. When you're going through life, guys, just be yourself, man. You don't have to change, to match what others are doing. Sometime in life, man, you might be the only one, man. You might be the only one, but guess what? If you're doing the right thing, man, it doesn't matter, man. Just be yourself. And that's one thing. Like she got very comfortable. When she started coming, because or, the accent is thick. When I first moved here, the same thing. When I first start working, the same thing. But as time goes on, I've learned, be yourself. Be yourself. Somebody gonna like you or not like you. It's on them. It's not on you. You be yourself, and as long as you're genuine, it's okay. So yep. All right, guys, going back into the chat. What's we got in here? Um, we got in here. We got Lifetime. Welcome, 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 Lifetimes. Welcome, welcome. Hello, hello, guys. I lost my mom in 2025 January, and I have never recovered. Wow. I'm sorry to hear that. My condolence to you. My mom was in March. Yeah, my mom was in March. And this is still tough, and this platform, meeting people like you guys, talking about it, you know, I believe is what's helping me with my health and with her passing. Even my wife said it one time. She's like, this stream that you're on, this is your therapy. She was saying in a joking way. But I said to her, you know what? Now that you think about it, um, I feel good when I can come on here and I can be myself and just have conversation with people like you guys, Maker, and now we got Lifetime in here, and just talking, just being herself and just sharing with each other, and me cooking or me out here, meditating or reading and something distract me, because some of the times that's the thing, even when we go visit my mom as well. One of the things this time of year, she love mangoes. I love mangoes. So we will compete. We will compete. We'll see who can eat the most mangoes. So, we will have fun. We will have fun. So, those are some of the memories like, that just keep me going, and me and this platform talking about it. And, she got great grandkids and, great grandkids. And I think there's like great, I think 4 grades. I don't know. But guys, you get the picture. Her legacy lives on. There's a lot of us. So, hopefully, one day when they get older and they, get on this stream, they can see their uncle, their granduncle, um, whatever cousin, talking about, you know, their ancestor, and they will get to know her, a little bit more, So that's my goal, is that, her legacy to live on, and me sharing and, others, I've got a few family members, not a whole lot, guys, but, it goes maybe as time goes, we get more support, 'cause that's how it is. But I got family members come on and share their comments every now and again. So, like I said, my goal is, for her legacy to live on. So, so we'll see. But, this has helped me, on this journey, getting over this. So, not getting over, but getting through. Sorry. Okay. Um, then we got here, we got Lifetime. Lifetime said, yes, life is what it is. No, nursing my dad who fell, sorry, broke his hip and he can't walk. It's can't walk, can't walk. I'm sorry to hear that. I'm sorry to hear that. Um, I'm sorry to hear that. Just, uh, I'm sorry. So stay strong, man. That's what I can tell you. Just stay strong, and when I get off here, guys, I'll be definitely praying for your dad. Um, Lifetimes and Maker. I'll definitely be praying for you guys as well. You know, that's all we can do, man. We can send it up, man. Send it up to the Creator, the one who have control of everything, and see what He does with it. Okay. Um, Best way to deal with a debt that I have found is thinking different. You still have them with you. They raise you. They are um, part of you. So, so in essence, you never lost them. They are always there. Yep, I agree. I agree. I agree with that sentiment. I really do. Because there's times when I just stop and I feel like, I'm talking to her, and there's times when, my dad, I look around and, and I will be saying certain things as if I'm talking to him, like, thanking him because of all the things that he has done as well. My work ethic, the things that he taught me, growing up, I'm thankful for that. So, yep. So Maker said, just look um, inside yourself, bring out a great memory. Yep, 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 yep. I agree there too. And then Maker says, um, when my mom passed in 2021, I had to do CPR on her. Wow, because I was here when she collapsed in the hallway. Oh wow, oh wow, that stays. That stays. My condolences again to you there. Wow. And then Lifetimes said, the thing about mothers, I realize it's the connection. Yep, the connection through the biblical card. Yep, yep. Yep, and just the connection through life too, their dad is there, to straighten you out, right? To redirect you and, to be that enforcer, so to speak, right? But mommy give that what you call it, that tender love, right? That tender love, that mercy, right? That mercy and that comfort when you need it, and that reassurance, like, no matter how the world see you, mommy see you this way, and that, I don't know, man. That there's so much more, but that's some of the things that come to my mind right now. Is just knowing that, hey, I can call her, and as long as not nothing that's gonna worry her, I can talk to her about anything. Um, one of the things though that I used to do when I lived in Jamaica. Like I had a vehicle, so I would, go places. So I couldn't tell her that I was going to Kingston for whatever reason. She would lose it. I made a mistake one time, and I realized how she reacted. And so when I would go, I would start telling her I was going to St. Elizabeth, which is half the journey. Which I was going to St. Elizabeth, but I was passing through. But she didn't know I was going to Kingston. So you know how to navigate certain things through just navigating with your mom and just dealing with your mom. To handle certain things in life. Like even on this platform, guys, even on this platform, you gotta be careful. And that's some of the things I'm learning. I know I'm new here, but you can't let people draw you into certain things. You can't let distraction get to you. You keep um your sanity, so to speak, and you keep your platform in a way where you know what your goal is and what you're trying to accomplish. Don't get derailed by distractors. Don't get derailed by people who's going to come in and try to push certain things that you rather not push. So again, you guys read between the lines. So be who you are, man. Be who you are, and don't let people distract you. And again, those are the things that my mom kind of teach me. She always used to say her favorite line, let it go, done with it. What she mean by that in Jamaican is, you know, leave the thing behind, man. Don't let it keep festering. Just leave it behind. Move on. And she always said that, guys, no matter what it is, she always says, let it go, done with it. And she said it in like the calmest way. Like she read through the whole thing. She sees the end result. She's been there. She have experience, whether it be her experience, her mom experience, her husband experience. She's seen stuff. So she's like, you just let it go. It's not worth it. Done with it. Move on. And I like that line. And I use that line quite a bit, on my platform as well when I'm doing stuff. And just in life in general. A lot of things she taught me, I try to instill it and try to use it. So, yep, yep. So your mother connection, man. Your mother love. Asuma, Sia, Sia Academy. How you doing? Hello, welcome, 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 welcome. How you doing? I'm doing well. I'm doing well. How are you doing? How are you doing? Is he fine? Is he fine now? Is he fine now? Is who fine now? Is he fine now? And then we got to take care. Um, and then we got here. Right, and I'm a little bit behind, guys. We got Maker said, if you sit in silence long enough and listen, you can still hear their voice. Wow, that's deep. That's deep. Um, yeah, that's deep. It's funny you said that because before I got on the live, when I woke up this morning, and I was laughing to myself because my dad, he used a lot of swear words. I think if there was a vocabulary for swear words, which there probably is, my dad knows every single one of those words. And I was laughing because when my dad swears, right, it was just a conversation he'd be having with you. But he uses swear word for emphasis, to let for example, he'd be lighting his, what I'm talking about, guys. My dad, he wake up in the morning, he light morning, noon, and night. And he would light it up and he would make one draw. And when he made that draw, he would say a curse word, and you're like, what's that? Was that necessary? But that's how he expresses himself. I was laughing about it for whatever reason that came to my mind this morning. And I was just cracking up, like, because I try not to swear around my kids. I try very hard, I try very hard not to swear. I tell my brothers and I think I told my kids this too. I don't think my mom ever hear me swear, even as a kid growing up. My mom never hear me swear. My mom never hear me swear in front of her, and I try not to do that in front of my kids. My dad, and I think that's why I was just cracking up because my dad, that's just that's just his nature. He would go on, and it would just be one behind the other. He would do like them in stretches. It would be like one clot, two clot, three clots. It's like a stretch of clot, and you're like, was that really necessary? But looking back, I just have to crack up. So, yep, yep. So I understand what you're saying. I understand what you're saying. All right, we got CS said yes, Maker. I agree with you. Okay. And then we got when when I lost I lost my brother. Sia said I was totally in silence. Okay. All right, and then Sanjay is here supporting. Thank you, Sanjay. Appreciate it. Appreciate it. I got you. I got you. Hey, remember, I'm Jamaican. I can read between the lines. I got you guys. This room is open to everyone, and it's open, to be yourself, and no criticism here, no critique here. So you don't have to read type if you don't want to. I understand. I can read between the lines here. All right, because I remember when I first got a job, coming from Jamaica and working in a restaurant, I said some things and I did some things that that would have been okay back home, but it wasn't okay here. And the person I worked for, they were pretty cool, and they navigate me and taught me the right way. So, you know, yep, I got patience. You good, and I understand. All right, all right. So we got here. All right, I hope I'm not falling too far behind, guys. Thank you guys so much. Double tap as you come into the live, guys. Double tap. Share the light, guys. Share the live. Share the live. Someone out there in your community. This has been good. This has been very good this morning. Appreciate the dialogue back and forth. Thank you guys so much. Appreciate it. Sia said, mothers is safe place. Um, in world. Yes, yes, yes. Love my mother, man. Love her, love her. She's gone, but not forgotten. Legacy live on. She has said, mothers is safe place in world. Yep, I agree. I agree. I agree with that. And she said, we can share anything to her. Yep, yep. I know my mom was different though, man. My mom would worry about everything. And it's like, no matter what it is, like I said, I share the story. I'm going to Kingston. There was back then, late 90s, early 2000s, a lot of stuff going on. She hear the news, she would listen to the news. So she don't want me to go to Kingston. And most of the time I'm traveling by myself, so she would worry, and if I said I was going to be back by a certain time, my mom wouldn't go to sleep, and even here, like she hears like certain disaster happen, somewhere not even close to this state, my phone be blowing up 3, 4 times a day, because that's how concerning she is, and she get worried about everything, so that's how she was, and so when I got sick, and my vision completely went, and you know, in my leg, guys. There was a lot of numbness there. Still is not totally gone. And you know, I know she knew, but she never said anything. But looking back, I know she knew because when my sickness first started, I was hospitalized for 3 days. And then shortly after that, we had a trip that was booked for us to go visit her with all the kids as well, with two of the kids, right? And for whatever reason, the post office lost the kids' passport. So it's just me and my wife went. And when we went, um, my wife, I gotta laugh about it now, guys. She would laugh too. So I'm gonna share. She don't mind me sharing. She don't like driving in Jamaica. But because of my vision was so bad, and she didn't know how bad my vision was, and I was driving, guys, and it was nothing but the Most High keeping us, guys. Let's put it that way. And when she realized how bad my vision was, when it rained, I couldn't see at all. Like I was going by shades and all this stuff. I was bad. I shouldn't have been doing it. But when the car was booked, everything was booked. And I didn't want to not go because if I did not go, then we'd have to tell her, that hey, I'm sick, and they don't know what's wrong with me. First they thought I had Guillain-Barré, then they thought I had MS. It was like a bunch of stuff. They were trying to figure out what's going on with me, and I'm like, I can't explain that to her. When my wife had her sickness as well. And, the C word, everybody, when they hear that word, everybody is just, we were crying, we were all hurt and everything. And we didn't tell her either. It was after we went down. I think it was that time when we went down with my stuff. I think we shared with her that she was denying, she got through it and everything. And and I know she was a little disappointed, but again, there's certain things we try to shield from our parents, but I think they already know. Like, I just feel like she knew like something was wrong with me. Like, she would make comments about, when we talk on the she will see my face because we talk live, and she's like, "They let you work with all that on your face?" Because I didn't shave as much, guys, and my hair I let it grow out. And then she shared the story with my wife about what she did to my dad, because my dad at one point said he was a Rasta, and she woke up, and when he was sleeping, and she was telling my wife, you know, to get the scissors when I'm sleeping and cut off my hair. I still laugh about it, but that's how she was, guys. She was a jovial person. She she would do stuff like that. She shared a story with us about her dad growing up, and some of the things that her dad used to do, and she some of the stuff is not, I don't want to share in here, but you guys get the drift. She had a lot. She was a storyteller, and her stories are funny. All right, guys, let me get back to the chat. All right. Oh, it's awesome, guys. Thank you, guys. Double tap the screen as they come in, guys. Double tap as they come in. All right, what we got here? So we can share anything with mother that was Amcia. So yep. So we can. Maker said um, months later in um, in 2022, my father passed away from yep, that C word. Yep, yep, yep. I'm sorry. My condolences. Wow, that's tough. That's tough. And yeah, that's oh, keep your head up, man. Just keep your head up, Maker. We're gonna be praying for you, man. Keep your head up. Keep your head up. Sia said um. Okay, my thing is spinning here. Said Maker can understand um what you face. Yep, yep. It's tough. It's tough. And then Maker said there was a lot going on, losing on them hurt a lot, but changing the focus onto the positives. Yes, yes, in life, help deal with the pain of loss, which really wasn't a loss due to due to all the time spent with them. Yes, yes, yes. Look at the positive. Yeah, when you're faced with you know tragedy or obstacles or difficulties in life, look at the positive. One of the positive from my sickness that I cherish was the birth of my first grandson. I was there. I was there in the hospital in when my daughter gave birth to my first grandson, and I cherish that moment. I cherish that moment that I was there, for that. And if I was, still working the time that I had, with, she live in another state too, so we flew there, spent time, and the things we did, and even some of the things that, I got to do, while I was out. If I was still, working and what I do, I wouldn't get the time, especially the time of year too, to spend quality time with family. So Yep, you look at the positive, man. You look at the positive. I agree. Yep, well said. Well said. She has said we need to look at others who are with us. Yep, yep, our friends, our family, or even our neighbors, man, and sometimes I heard this said on a not a feed, sometimes we ever heard from someone in a while who hey, he's vibrant and always on schedule, check in on them, man, because there's a lot going on in this world, man. There's a lot going on in this world today. You see somebody, and whether it be your neighbor or somebody you run into at the grocery store all the time, or a friend that you talk to, in this, community, and you haven't heard from them. Check on them, man, because sometimes people are going through things, you know, and you don't know. When I was going through my thing, man, I share. I'm open about what I'm going through, and some people were there, to support, and others, keep their distance, and it is what it is. I don't have any feelings, against anyone. You deal with situation the way you deal with it, and some people just can't deal with certain things, and that's okay, but check on people, man. Check on people, because again, you can't do this on your own, and sometimes people are going through things, and just that, how you doing today, and be genuine about it too, and they tell you how they're doing, and if there's something that you can do, guys, do it, guys. You can't take it all with you. You can't take it all with you. Naked you came, and what? Naked you're going back, man. So you can't take it all with you. So if there's something you can do to make somebody's life a little bit easier, man, just do it, man. Just do it. You know, it's life. It's mankind. It's human, right? Uh, all right, guys. We got Amsir said we need to look to others who are with us. Okay. Yep, I agree with that. Amsir said in our heart, our loved ones are always alive. Yep, I agree. And she also says, I am, I am good. I am good. I am good. All right, Maker said, yeah, they are normal speech, no thoughts, just no filter. Yep, yep, no thought, no filters. Yep. All right, you got the LOL there. We got Maker said, my father was the same way. And then Maker says, no priors are needed. My friend, I have been dealing with it. It's not kept me down because I look back at the good times. I grew up bullied by not only school kids but family too. I'm sorry to hear that. I'm sorry to hear that. So I turned it around into a positive, like fuel for my fire. I'm a better person today than I ever was. And then my neighbors have done more to help me than my own brothers. I've also helped my neighbors out as well, dealing um, with no income and minimal food. I still give what I have to help. I just feel it just feel right. I understand. I understand. If I can encourage you, don't make her. If I can encourage you, um, you share, oh guys, what's going on? Oh, what is going on here? Is it a snake? What is oh it's a chipmunk, guys. I saw the thing shaking and I thought it was a snake in the bush. Chipmunk was right there, guys. Oh, he's going into the garden. How did he get over here? I didn't notice it was here shaking, so I thought it was a snake or something. Cause we got a lot of snake here in Georgia, guys. I was told that too when I first moved here. I was sharing with a brother I used to go to church with about me not liking snakes, and he said, "You're not liking snakes. Like, do you realize? Like some of the most deadliest snakes are in this state. And we had a good laugh about it. And yeah, that's what he said. He said, "You're in the States. There's a lot of snakes and some of the most deadly snakes." All right. Why is he in the garden? Where did he go? I think he came out. Those things move fast, guys. Those chipmunks moves, man. So he went in, he was shaking this. So he was shaking this. So I was like, what is in there? Got trapped. So he was shaking that. And then he went in. And then he's out. I don't know where he went. But anyway, like I was saying, if I may encourage Jamaica, um, don't give up, man. Don't give up on your brothers. They may have given up on you, but don't give up on them. And if I may encourage you, you just keep doing the good from the goodness of your heart, and and just and like my mother would say, let it go, done with it, you know, and just make each day a new day, and just hoping that things can turn around. When I say turn around, turn around, for the support from them, the love from them, because we all need it, guys. What this world needs is love, right? And love is what we all need, right? And and what better love to get from your loved ones. Yes, the love from the community, even this community, the love from your neighbors. Yes, it's probably genuine love, but what love, to get, and to get the love, from family members, your brothers, your sisters. So if I can encourage you, man, don't don't give up on them turning around, and them coming back, and you guys can go back to when you were kids, you know and all those good memories, whatever is there of it. I know you said you were bullied by family and friends, but I know, there must have been some good moments, because my brother, he passed on as well in 2020. I remember me and him, we used to get into it, man. But one thing I will tell you, like when he was a few years older than us, and when we went to the same primary school, you call it elementary school here. Nobody could do anything to me. No matter if me and him had something, moments ago. If you try to do anything to me, oh yeah, he's gonna stand up for his brother. And even as he got older, no matter what it is we were going through, he would be there for me. And that's the thing. When you have family, that's where it should be, guys. No matter what it is, happen, no matter what it is you're going through, you can get over it. You can get over it. So um, that works for me. I hope and pray that that can work for you, because sometimes it just take a moment, to restart, to restart. Let's put it that way, a restart. Okay. So let me go back into the chat. Um, we got here. And again, guys, it's double tap as you come into the live. Double tap, double tap. Oh, you're next door. Okay. I have to help. I just feel right. Okay. So you're next door. Yeah, we're in Georgia. I'm in Florida. Lots of snake here. I don't do snakes. I don't like snakes. I don't, no matter what it is. People, one time we had a black snake back here, and I put it on the community thing, and they telling me, oh, it's harmless, it's garden snake. I'm like, hell no. Excuse me. I'm sorry, guys. I know I can't say that word. But yeah, I'm like, snake is snake. I don't do snake. Like, it's harmless. You can just pick it up and throw it. I'm like, no. Why don't you come pick it up? Yeah, and I left it, man. I left it. But no. What else we got here? Sanjay in the house. Thanks for the support, Sanjay. Thank you, sir. Thank you. Thank you. Okay, guys, I'm hearing movement up top, so bear with me when I'm reading, and I pause. It's like, you know, the reindeers, reindeer. I call them reindeer. deers when they walk by. They move fast, and I think I've caught them on 3 or 4 occasions. And I think when I was on live one time, and the little one walked by, and that was the morning that I had a subscriber saying, "Hey, one deer." I'm not kidding you guys. The subscriber said one deer early in the morning, and while I was on live, one deer walked by, and then we're on the live, and I'm like, "Hey, I haven't heard the crow all morning. Like I haven't heard him this morning." And I said that, and next thing I know, 3 crows came flying, making noise. So that was amazing, guys. That was amazing. So we'll see if we get the crows and a deer walk by. So that's why I keep looking because I hear the movements up there, and I'm like, what's going on? But the birds, they do fly low, and when they fly low too, it sounds like maybe deer feeding or something like that. So that's why I keep looking. All right, all right, Sanjay. Thank you for your support, sir. Thank you, thank you, thank you. I never give up. All right, you cannot, don't give up. I forgive. Yep, because what that does for you when you forgive everyone who has done wrong, less stressful that way. Yep, I agree, and it gives you health as well. It gives you health and it gives you strength. When you hold on to it, it's damaging you and not damaging them. That's the way I see it. Again, guys, I'm not a counselor. I'm not a doctor. This is how I approach life, and I'm just sharing how I approach life with you guys. But I feel, and this is what I've done for me, when I let things go, like my mom always tell me, let it go, done with it, it's a lot more, you're not carrying burden, so to speak. You're leaving all of that stress, all of that worries, you're leaving it behind, and you're just living your life your way. You know, if you hold on to it, like, hold on to all the time they call you names or they did you wrong or broke a promise. You're carrying that weight. They're not carrying it. They're not thinking about it. But when you learn to let it go and move on from it, you just become a little bit lighter and you do the best you can with what you have. And at the end of the day, like I said, today you're down, tomorrow, you could be up and vice versa, guys, so, you do the right thing, man. You do the right thing and be encouraged and just, you know, leave it up to the Most High, let him continue to be the Most High, right? That's why he's the Most High, because he can turn any situation around. Okay. Um, all right, we got Maker saying, I write song. Oh wow, song lyrics, and one that I did is called "Forgiveness is Good for the Soul." Oh wow, you write and release, or you just write it and just sing it on your? I'm gonna check out your channel after this. I'm gonna check out your channel. Okay, that's pretty cool. Forgiveness is good for the soul. I agree with that sentiment. Yep, I agree with that. Yep. Oh, there were good times. Those are what I focus on. The bad name calling and verbal insults are what I use um, to become a better me. I never let them um, get to me. I push myself to prove them wrong. Push myself to prove them wrong, and I did. And I did. My father, on his deathbed, asked me to forgive him for what he did and how he treated me. Wow, that's deep. Wow, wow, that's deep. Okay, continue to double tap, guys, as you come in. Double tap as you come in. Like the videos, guys. Like the videos. All right, like the live stream, like the videos. Yeah, go to my channel and like the videos too. All right, while we at it, don't stop there. All right, and tell your friend to tell your friend. Right, keep sharing it. We all are on this platform to grow, and anything that you can do to help me grow, to help each other grow. Look in the community, see what everyone who's a content creator in here is doing, and give the love, guys. You know the thing. All right, I don't have to spell it out for you. Read between the lines. You know the tingle, meaning you know how it goes. You mean you know if you don't know it goes, you do know it goes, right? So make sure that we give the love and the support here, all right? Journey in the house, welcome to my live journey. Good morning, welcome, welcome. How you doing today? How you doing? Thanks for stopping by. Right, never make her say right. Never need to forget. Just don't hold on to it. Release the anger and stress. It's less overbearing on the heart and forgiving them even if they don't know. Yep, yep. Even if they don't know they were forgiven is a good thing. I agree with that as well. You know, again, like I said earlier, you know, it's not for them, it's for you. So well said, Journey. Thank you for the heart. Thanks for the support. Thanks for stopping by. I appreciate it. I write a Maker says I write and use AI to generate music, but more recent ones I sing them myself. Okay, all right, I'm gonna check that out. All right, I'm gonna check you out, Maker. I'm gonna check you out. And again, you know, if you guys have connected to someone here, you guys know the tingle. You know, at least 24 hours. You know, for that reconnect, for that love. You know, to make sure it stick. We want to make sure it stick, guys. Any connection, any connection we're making here, want to make sure it sticks. So we want to do the right thing. Okay, so let's do the right thing and make it stick. But that's awesome, awesome. Thank you guys so much. Thank you guys for coming into my life, spending time with me. I don't take none of this for granted, guys. I know we all have a busy schedule. We all could be somewhere else doing other things, but we choose to, you know, stop by and my channel, you know, spend some time, you know, with me, you know, supporting me, and I don't take it for granted. So thank you guys. Thank you so much. Well appreciated. All right. Still a beautiful day out here, guys. Still a beautiful day out here. Um, you know, awesome community, awesome dialoguing back and forth with Sia, Maker, and Lifetimes, you know, and everyone who stopped by. You know, I know they, you know, see there's several individuals still on here. So I know others in the background just listening. I appreciate it. I appreciate you guys, you know, support. Um, Again, like I said, you know, we're in this to grow, and you know, if each one, you know, can get the support from each other, and we can grow together. What's better way to do it? You know, to build a community from start. You know, that's a solid foundation. You know, a lot of people, you know, may have gotten to where they gotten much faster, and you know, in other ways, you know, but you know, we're building it from the ground up, so to speak. You know, brick by brick. All right, so let's do this, guys. We can do it. All right. Got Maker here saying, a chat it can have a negative effect on the channel. A chat it can have. What does that mean? I'm sorry, I don't understand that. Let's see. Let me see. Uh, Let me go back. I think I missed something. So Maker was saying I spoke to someone the other day. Okay, who knows the YT algorithm? Okay, he was saying don't hit like immediately. Okay, on entering. Wait a few minutes before hitting. See, guys, we learn every day, guys, before hitting because hitting like because if hit soon as entering, um, if it's soon as entering a chat, um, it can it can interfere with the algorithm. Oh, you see, guys, this is why we do these things, guys. We all learn from each other, you know. And I tell people, like, you know, I'm not, I'm not well versed in this. My vision is not, you know, completely back. So, you know, there's a lot of things that I do that, I listen to people, and and that's how I've, gotten things here and there, and and I try, with the support of you guys, so this is new to me, and thank you for that. Thank you for that, Maker. And as we go into community, there's a lot of things that, with them keep changing. So many things I've been taught, I've been seeing. We all can teach each other. Each one teach one, right? So thank you for that. You know, chat, it can have a negative effect on the channel. Okay, all right. So wait a few, and then double tap. So don't just jump on and jump off. Okay, all right. Okay, if someone comes in, hits a like, and leave, it creates a false mark, and the YT AI gives a bad mark. Okay. Okay. All right, guys. So when you come in, wait a few, listen to my voice, interact a little bit, watch some of it, and then double tap like it. All right. I got to change my verbiage. Thank you for that, Maker. I appreciate it. All right. So just passing. Um, Along the message, from what he told me. It makes sense. It makes sense. They don't want you to just be hopping on and hopping off. They're in business here, and they're in business, for you to get your watch time, and for people to be watching you, not just pass it on and just hitting like. So it makes sense. It makes sense. I agree. And Maker, I'm here talking to you, and I haven't given you a jacket. Let's give you a jacket so you can make your connection, and get some love and give some love back. So just give you a jacket right there. I appreciate you spending time, sharing, with us today, and I know you said earlier, no prayer needed, but I'm a praying guy. I'm a guy, used to, I use the word used to go to church a lot, used to partake in certain things. And as I continue to grow and I continue to learn, I still believe in prayer. And I believe that, you know, the most can turn any situation around. And, he does things according to his will. And that's what I pray for. I pray for, his will be done. I don't, even when I pray for my vision to be completely restored, if it's your will, not mine, but your will be done. So that's what I meant. Nothing, the traditional, fancy words and all the things that they do. No, just simple me talking to him and let him know I met, a new friend, on here, and been through a lot. And if he can, just intervene and continue to strengthen your heart, and continue to support and be there, and his will be done in your life. So yeah, just straightforward. I was doing the same thing, same with watching videos. He was saying, before you subscribe, watch a couple shorts. Okay, comment on them and hit like after a minute or two, then subscribe. Um, I tried to do that too, and I'm not sure, but I remember one time I was on a live, and I got, the person shouting me out, and I think I got like several people, and then the next day I did watch several shorts, and I didn't watch for a few minutes. I watched like three or four, and then I watched like 6 minutes. So I don't know. Sometimes I just don't know. I really don't know. So I'm trying to figure it out. But I appreciate the feedback. I appreciate the comment. But I like what I've been doing lately. I watch more than one short. Sometimes I watch three, four, seven. I don't comment all the time though. I do hit the like button, but I don't comment all the time. So maybe that's where I'm missing out. I need to leave a comment, then subscribe. Okay, okay, that's good. So that's what I'll do. I'll make sure I comment on everyone. He had so much information to give. It's hard to go over everything. Okay. Um, okay. He said, okay. All right. Well, I appreciate you sharing what you know, and hopefully, we continue to support each other on this platform. And I do work various. My schedule varies, and I'm not on here a lot. I try to be when, like today, I don't have to go into work today, so I said, let me get on here, spend some hours on here. I can be relaxed and don't have to be, oh, I got to get off and get ready for work. So that's what I try. I try to do on my off days. And, if I'm working a late shift, I try to get on in the morning. I have not done any evening live yet, so maybe that's what I'll try to do as well. But, I will definitely um, give my love back to you and be supporting your channel. It was an honor meeting you this morning. And, I appreciate you sharing with us. And, and I will remember you, Maker. I will remember you. And then Maker is saying, I've prayed quite a bit in my lifetime at, age 50, more of the prior were ever answered. Um, One thing I've learned and I kept with me, even when back in 2013, when my dad, was going through what he was going through. And, back then, it was more of a secular prayer. He's like, I'm not ready to lose my dad and all of this stuff. I was praying for myself, not the most I will. And and I prayed, and even prior to that, growing up as a youngster, being through some things, yeah, send some prayer, and that I felt like was an answer. But I also learned that his timing, is perfect timing, and I don't know. And, I'm going to trust him because he is the creator. And, we could be praying, for one thing, but he sees, the perimeter around, everything. And he knows that if he grant this, that's going to happen, or, what I'm saying. So, I'm going to trust him. I'm going to trust him in the fact that, he's the creator of this universe. He created this, and he's navigating, and he give us a choice, to make. He doesn't, treat us like robots, right? He give us a choice. So, I mean, it may seem like, hey, there's a lot of unanswered prayer, but I call it his timing, through my life and through certain things, that he has turned around in my life that I thought, was never gonna be there. That was through trusting. That was through trusting and just letting go and letting be who he is, and not holding on to it. So, his timing, the way I see it, and again, this is my take, guys. The way I see it, his timing is perfect. Sometimes we think, hey, why not? It's been, so long, why not? But, when that time come in and he knows, we just gotta just keep at it. Don't give up. If it's 10 years, 50 years, 100 years, I'm just saying, just keep it going. Just keep it going because, you know, he's a creator. Okay. He also spoke about moderators and having too many. Yes, that one I heard. I heard that one. You don't want to have all blues, so to speak, in your life. Some people will come in and they will get turned off and not want to stay because they feel like whatever it is. I forgot what the terminology the person used, but I've heard that one. But I feel connected with you this morning, and I feel like I needed to give you a jacket, but I don't typically just give everyone um, a jacket. I'm still growing, still learning. You know, at some point, I'm going to be putting out even more, content where, maybe, if someone who join, only members access, so as time goes on, and I'm learning this space, you know, we'll have some greens as well. So I've learned that you want some greens and you want some other color than blue. You don't want all blue. So yes, I've heard that one. So thanks for that. Thanks for the reminder. All right, guys. So wait a few minutes when you come into the live. Double tap the screen. All right, double tap the screen. All right. So thank you, guys. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you for coming in. Don't just hop in and hop out, guys. Don't be the bunny. All right. Don't be the bunny rabbit. Just come in. Wait a few. Then double tap. All right. I like that. I like that. All right. Maker says, he said he knows why people do it, but too many um, mods can also hurt a channel. Okay, I didn't know that. Okay, all right. And again, a lot of people are on here. A lot of people do know a lot of things. So, sometimes someone come in and like, hey, why even give me a blue jacket? Why such and such? And I heard it. I've heard it in other people's space. And I'm like, wow, why are you asking for that? Like, it's a business and everybody, is here, trying to, to get to even where some of these people are. They're like way ahead and they're like, kind of being a bully, so to speak. But I again, for me, I control my own destiny. I really don't let what people think, say, or do. I do what I feel is right, and and I don't think about it. And I don't think what people think, say, or do. Like earlier, that gentleman put his comment, and I didn't comment back at him when he asked his question because again, he know what he was doing, and he know why. I did what I did, so there was no question here. And at the end of the day, we're gonna preach love, and we're gonna preach everyone, to be open and feel comfortable in this space. I don't want anyone to come in and feel uncomfortable. So no disrespect, I got friends in all places. I communicate with everyone. I'm there for everyone, but I'm not gonna have one person just come in and and try to take over my life. You know. All right. So likewise, I am glad to have met you. Yes, 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 Maker. Yes, yes. Sanjay, thanks for the support, Sanjay. Thank you, sir. Thank you, thank you, thank you. And then they feel left out. Yep, yep. A lot of people when you don't give them that, and they look around, and if they see you know some of these same people that has a blue jacket in other places, in other communities, then they start questioning you, even on the other person platform. Like to me, again, I try to be respectful. I try to be engaging as much as possible. And again, my vision is not, you know, totally back. So, I try to acknowledge that I'm there, and, and I try to interact when they ask question, or I try to follow along, just like I'm doing here as much as I can. And I will, interact in the chat. But for the most part, I just try to be engaging, try to be engaging and be supportive. So, yep. But I don't try to go into some of the platform and questioning them, and trying to take over. No, I think that's disrespectful. And again, I try to be respectful in all aspect of my life, whether it be just meeting a complete stranger on the street, or just in a space like this. I try to be totally respectful, and this world will be a better place too if people kind of stop and think about it. Be respectful always, man. All right. Maker saying, yes, that is how he said it. It's like a business. And, Blue is a manager or a supervisor. And if everyone is a supervisor, how is any work going to get done? He also said mods. who don't come in hurt as absence. Oh, I didn't know that. Okay. Okay. So when you give someone that they need to be coming on and supporting you, okay, that makes sense. That makes sense because this is a worldwide thing, and there's people who speak different languages, right? So there's a lot of different tongues, and if you don't know what's being said, and you give someone, who's been supporting, that moderator, they can help navigate, what's being said and what's going on in the room, and help control with some of the languages and some of the, if there's any offense. That makes sense. That makes sense. So people need to understand, like, hey, from this point forward, don't beg me for no moderation. As I'm gonna ignore you. I'm kidding, guys. I'm kidding. But seriously though, just think of it, guys. Like, this is a business. You grew your business. Some of these people too, who are basically, asking you for moderation. Like, they already, like, are monetized. They're already, like, and have like a lot of followers. Like, let me utilize your platform, right? And to grow my platform, you don't need to basically cannibalize my little stream that I'm trying to grow. I don't have much people. I'm just saying, but no, it makes sense. It's all supervisors and managers. We need some workers. We need some workers in here. So okay, that makes sense. That makes so much sense. Well, thanks for that. All right, Maker saying, right. I never ask for moderation. Rather not be a mod to make. To be honest, oh, for real, okay. Too much, too much responsibility, and unless I know a person's rules, voting someone, voting someone might make a person upset. Oh yeah, oh yeah. Even just hiding someone comment, make a person upset. But again, this is a business, and if people are respectful and understand, hey, this is not the place, this is not the time for certain things, and you hide it, they should just move on. But again, some people are gonna be who they are. You can't control that. You just can control what you can control, and that's how I live my life. That's the way I teach. My kids, and people who know me. You live your life and let them live their life. And if you do something that you deem is and they deem is wrong, well, it's your platform. So it doesn't really matter what they think. Yeah, they can do what they do, because again, they're gonna do it. There are some people who are just spiteful, and some people, again, who are just gonna just do what they do. But you can't control that. You can only control what you can control, and that's how you do it. You control what you can control. All right. So Maker is saying, I use a program called Nightbot. I've seen several people have that. It's like a white circle thing, and it automatically pop a message too. So I'm not that sophisticated with that yet. I haven't made it that far yet, but I've seen it. I've seen it popped up, and it will sometime when you type a comment. I've seen, like, I remember typing a comment one time, and it hit it. Like, it didn't pop up. My name popped up, and it didn't show anything. And I think it says something for review. I think it said I already didn't show anything. I don't remember. But I was like, oh, okay. Like, I guess they didn't want me to type that. And it wasn't anything offensive or anything. It was whatever the dialogue in the room was, I guess. And I probably was changing it. They weren't ready for me to change it. So it blocked my comment. So then it helps as a moderator as well. Okay. Nightbot. So you just download the program and attach it to your stream, or is it through the studio they give it? I've got it set to eliminate any racist comments RHATE. Okay, okay, that's cool. And that's through the, let's see, even remove profanity. Okay. Oh yeah. If my dad was around, yeah, he couldn't yeah, oh, he wouldn't type. He wouldn't type, but the words coming out of his mouth. Oh man. That's funny. Profanity. You're welcome. Thank you. Thanks for sharing. I have to redo my channel myself. I was making most people who come in a moderator. I need to cut it down to just people who are in my chat all the time. Okay, okay. And then oh, it's easy. Um, if ever need help setting it up, I'll help. Oh, thank you for that. I appreciate it. Thank you for that. And then no download needed. It's a website. Okay, okay. You link YouTube to it. Okay, okay. All right. I'll find it. Night Robot. I'll find it. Okay. All right. Yeah, my daughter is who helped me set up my platform, and I'll be seeing her pretty soon. So when she comes, she's gonna do an audit on my platform. Yeah, yeah, that's the daughter with my first my first biological grandson that I was there for the birth. Um, she when I was going through what I was going through, and I told her what I was planning and doing. Yeah, she get my she get my channel set up, and she knows a lot more. Um, in this social media space. So um, I'm planning. She don't know it yet, but I'm planning having her audit my site. So we'll see. Um, said and program your messages and moderation words. Program your message and moderation words. So that's what the night bot will do. Okay. Okay. Cool. I like it. Yeah, we do push um, ourselves, guys. That was the pin that I put earlier. We do push. Um, Let me read it again. This was from Maker. Yeah, we do push ourselves, but we should be taking care of ourselves as well as our families. So let's always remember that, guys. Let's always remember that. You know, for me, family is strength, guys. For me, family is strength. My siblings, my wife, my kids, the grandkids, you know, they are why I do what I do, and I thank the Most High every day for what He has given me, for what He has done for me, what He continued to do for me, so that I can do for them. Because I take my role seriously. I wanna um, continue to you know live my own life, but my mom's legacy live on, and through that as well, I would want to continue to do not just for you know my family and even for the community I grew up in, but just people in general. I wish there was a lot more, financially that I could do, for others, and I tell myself that if I grow this channel, and it get to a point where I can do a lot, you guys will remember me, because if anybody who knows me know that you guys hear the story about my mom, my dad was the same thing. So just imagine how their kids gonna turn out. We are we're giving, we're loving people, but don't get it twisted. We don't fund foolishness, and we don't support foolishness. So but at the end of the day, we know genuine when we see genuine. And and sometimes someone might think, hey, they got one over on us, but they don't know, hey, that was your moment, to you know to basically um to do the right thing in that situation. And it's on you. It's not on us. We're gonna do what we do, and you do the right thing and do what you're supposed to do. So, enough said there. All right, let's go back to the chat. See what I miss out here. I miss anything? All right, I love the night bot. Okay, I'm gonna definitely get the night bot going. It blocks so many things and um, save me from having to read all the comments. Okay, oh that too. Yep, yep, yep. Because some of the comments you're like when you start reading, you just stop yourself in the chat. Like I'm not reading that. I think most people miss the fact that if you treat people poorly when you need help, you won't get any. Whereas if you treat folks with kindness and love, when time comes, you'll get help um, from um, from neighbors and people that you helped and showed loving compassion to. And not only that too, I mean, you get out what you put in. All right, the simple way of saying it, is you get out what you put in. If you put love in the atmosphere, you're gonna get love. If you put kindness in the atmosphere, you're gonna get kindness. All right. And at the end of the day, sometimes, the same people that you help, they might not help you back. And guess what? It's okay. It's okay because you did it from the genuine, from your heart. You did it genuine from your heart, and you didn't do it with any attachment. And again, I'm gonna go back to it again. When you do it, you just leave it up to the Most High, because you never know. You just take one person. Take one person to come and say, "Hey, I see, what's going on here. I understand what's going on here. I want to help you. I want to make a difference in your life. Here's what I'm going to do. Here's what I'm going to do to support your channel. Here's what I'm going to do to support you. Here's what I'm going to do." You never know, and sometimes that happens. Sometimes you have some good Samaritans, so to speak, out there who just happen to, come into your life and, just change your life, whether it be, positive reinforcement or, just someone who's just there to listen, someone who's just there, to share, or someone who's there who can, help you, financially or whatever it is. You do have, you know, those moments where, that person in the right time, in the right place, come into your life, and yeah, that happened. Okay, that's the crow just flew off, but he did not, either he or she, but she did not make any sound. So we'll see when they come back. He just flew off the limb. I don't remember hearing, um, yep, I can hear him start making noise now. I don't remember hearing the crow came, but he just flew off that tree right there and he went that way. So now I'm gonna leave it in a few minutes. They come by, they come back. There's a lot of movement up there, guys. A lot of movement up there. Okay, you hear the crows coming? Yep, there he goes. Yep. So the two of them, that's two. Okay, so that's the two right there. So you hear the other sound coming from this side. So like I said, we found out there's four of them. Let's see if he's gonna come on this tree right here. I entertain myself back here, guys. It's like I'm writing a script. Like I'll be going from one thing to the next, from birds to deer to chipmunk. But there's like a lot of noise coming up there. So I don't know what's going on there, if it's squirrels or the chipmunk or the rabbits, but there's like heavy movements up there in the bushes. And it's not like it's any rain. I've seen it before where it's rain like on the hill right here and no rain right here, guys. And I was like, wow. And I didn't capture it back then. I didn't have this platform. But I was back here one day and I was like, wow, Mosai is amazing. Like it was raining right there on the hill, but it was not raining back here. And I've seen that before too. Like sometimes I'm driving, and you're like, okay, the freeway is right here, and you just drive through the rain and then the sun, and there's no rain, and you're like, wow, he's amazing. He's amazing. That's why he's the Most High, and that's why we love him and we trust him because he can move mountains, right? Even in the valley, wipe your tears away, right? He's awesome. Even when you're lonely, right? You know that song. Sing it out, sing it loud, right? I'm not a singer. I'm a reader. I'll read. But yeah, he's awesome, even in the valley. Sanjay, thank you, sir. Thank you for the support. Thank you, sir. Thank you for keep coming back, supporting. I appreciate it. How are you, Sanjay? Said Maker. Sanjay Maker asking, how are you? How are you? Um, BRB, my friend, phone call. Okay, back right. Okay, alrighty, I got you. I got you. Maker saying, yeah, we do push ourselves, but we should be taking care of ourselves as well as our family, guys, as well as our families. Just remember that, guys. Take care of yourself and take care of your family. Okay. Okay. I hear the crows coming back. See if we can capture them coming in for the landing. Okay, there you go. Oh, one, two, three. Is that all four guys? You got it? And they flew right by. So what it is they used to come and, they used to just land. Like I said, the two would land right there, and then the other one over here. But no, there's four of them, so I think they're expanding. I don't know where they're gone. Here they go again. There's the one go, and the others are following behind. Yeah, they're flying around the community. They are flying around the community. I am still hearing the movement up there, guys. I am not going up there, but I'm looking out, see what's going on. I am still looking out to see what's going on. I am looking, see what's going on up there, guys. So bear with me. um, not sure what's up there, but I'm not climbing up there, guys. Before my balance was a lot better, I would climb up there and see. But there's just a lot of movement up there. But I don't know, because what they do, the deers, um, they do eat. Mm, all right, I hear birds. Mm, there's something going on, guys. Before I get off of this live, I know we're gonna see either a rabbit or a deer walk by. But there's something going on. I'm trying to figure out what it is. There's something going on up there. It's quiet. It's still early morning. It's quiet. With school being out, though, it's a lot more quiet too. Kids are sleeping in. I would be sleeping in too if I was still a student. Uh, don't forget, guys, when you come into the live, spend some time in the live. Before you double tap that screen, guys, double tap that screen. Here comes the crow again. He's gonna come and land. Let me see if I get this right. He's gonna come and land in that tree right there. If that's the same one. But yeah, there's four of them now. So they don't do the same thing they used to do. Yeah, they're flying around a lot more now. Yeah, but normally come and land on that tree right there. And he turn around. So yeah, there's four of them. So they don't do the same thing that they used to do. And that's okay. They can do what they want to do. I do what I want to do. So I understand. And again, guys, it's okay. It's okay to be you. It's okay to be you. You don't have to, follow the norm, right? Be yourself, you know? Don't let nobody tell you not to be yourself. Be yourself. All right, guys, I'm going to end the live shortly. I do appreciate the love, the support of everyone coming in today, supporting the channel, interacting, liking this live stream. I appreciate you guys. Thank you guys so, so much. And again, any connection was made. It's you know the thing already. I don't have to spell it out if you're a content creator. So, if you're not a content creator and you're supporting, we thank you for, coming by, watching the view, listening to the sound of nature, and just interacting with us. Appreciate you guys. We don't take any of this thing for granted. So thank you all. Thank you all so, so much. Thank you. Thank you for stopping by. and spending part of your day with us. So peace and blessings, everyone. Peace and blessings.